Hi, today we're going to be talking about hamni or stance, also the different movements we do, three basic movements: stepping, sliding, and then turning, which we call tenkan. So let's first talk about the stance. So in Aikido, unlike other styles, maybe for example another style I practice which is called Aikido, which is drawing with a sword and cutting, the hips are very square to the front and the feet are shoulder width apart. It's a very blocky, forward-facing stance. In Aikido, it's much different. We take a much different approach, where it's a much slimmer, much more thin line that we're taking. So one foot in front of the other, like this, rather than the feet off center like this. So forward here, looking at the cameras like this, profile view, or like this. So weight on the forward knee, not much weight on the back leg, maybe 10-15%. Most of the weight is on the forward knee, forward leg I should say. And the feet, there is space underneath. The saying is that there's enough space between the heel and the floor to slip a piece of rice paper underneath there. So mainly, weight is on the balls and the toes, balls of the feet and the toes. So forward like this. And then switching this way, same thing. So that's the stance, that's hamni. So we have hidari hamni, which is left foot forward. Hidari is left. Hidari hamni, half body stance. And migi, which is right. Migi hamni, half body stance this way. Next, we'll talk about just changing the stance. So this is a good exercise to practice. So starting in one stance, right foot, left foot, it doesn't matter, but bringing the feet together, squaring the hips, bringing the other foot back, coming back into a very slim stance, half body stance. Bringing the feet together, stepping back. This is a good exercise to practice moving the hips and having some hip mobility this way. Yeah, good. Next is sliding, So sliding essentially, if I take a stance a little farther back from the camera, when I slide, I simply move my body forward. I don't switch my stance at all. So in this case, I have migi hamni, or right foot forward. I slide forward, and I have right foot forward again. Slide forward, right foot forward. Slide forward, right foot forward. And to go back, same thing, just reverse. So sliding forward and back. So you can practice this at home. And if you watch from the side profile, what we want to avoid, things to avoid, we should talk about that, is dipping the whole body. So when you slide forward, dipping the whole body. Also, locking the legs. Sometimes we see that. So somebody slides forward, front leg is locked. We don't want to do that. So what we want to do is we think of the hips as being continuing to be parallel with the ground, like this. We switch, go the other way. So we end up in the same stance we started. My feet don't come close together. My feet don't remain far apart. I can't move from this position. And this position offers no stability. And everybody's going to be different. Everybody has a different body, different stance. So whatever works for you, you have to find that place in your body. So you have to practice with this. But as my teacher says, you should, once you find the proper body stance, proper stance you have, weights evenly distributed, not evenly, but evenly distributed throughout your body, you should be able to stand like this for a very long time and not be fatigued. So you can practice that way too. Maybe while you're watching TV or something, you can just stand this way. It's kind of a weird thing to do, but this is a weird practice we have. So standing this way. So next is walking. So from a front view, walking is simply moving forward and changing your stance. So if I start with my left foot forward, and I step forward, now my right foot is forward. I change again, and then we're also walking back. And when I do this, again, natural walk for somebody, so if I just walk with profile view, it's essentially falling forward and you're catching yourself. This isn't a good walk for martial artists. We want to have control of the body the whole time. So as we walk forward, we have complete control. Not leaning over, not leaning back. And then the same rules apply with sliding, is that we don't want to dip. We don't want to walk like this. When we step forward, the whole body moves forward, parallel with the ground. The hips don't come up and down. And I have a good stance at the end. Right? Weight isn't back, the front leg isn't locked, or I don't have too deep of a stance like this. So again, from a profile view, I bring my feet together and step forward. Bring my feet together, step forward. Yes. Now do it again, this way. And always with the hands up. Always with the hands up. So, last movement is turning, tenkan. And we first practice this with a pivot. So for example, I'll stand this way, it's probably best to demonstrate. Pick a foot forward, left or right, hidari or migi, and from here, we simply turn and pivot and face the other way. But we don't bring our weight back onto our heels and pivot this way. The idea is that when we pivot, our weight is forward again. So I pivot this way, weight's forward again. So I'm pivoting on the balls of my feet. Again, those heels should be very lightly touching the ground, hardly touching. And again, this comes from using a weapon, a sword. So if I bring my weight back, and then I have to turn and cut, I can't do an efficient cut that way. If I'm facing this way, I raise up and cut, it's a good efficient cut. I can cut much better that way. So that's where many of these movements come from, is from swordsmanship. So practicing this very slowly, balls of the feet, turn your body, face the other way. Make sure that your weight is on your forward knee each time you turn. So this is my forward knee, I turn, now this is my forward knee. So weight is forward. This way, and then again this way. So facing the camera, it looks like this. Forward, turning behind me. And again, turning on the balls of the feet, not the heels. Last step in turning, literally, is a step. So we're going to combine stepping and turning. So in this case, I have hidari hamni, left foot forward. I step forward, I pivot, I step back. I step forward, pivot, step back. So if you do this slowly, it's ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, san. In one movement, it's much more flowing. Like that. But again, start slow. Ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, san. Okay. So, hamni, half body stance, sliding, stepping, and then turning, tenkan. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you soon.